Welcome to Sound Values, powered in part by LSA Burger and Classic of Denton. Classic of Denton.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in live tonight on DentonRadio.com. We are located in the beautiful Discover Denton Welcome Center on the ever-lovely spring-timed Denton Town Square. I want to give a shout-out to our sponsor, LSA Burger Company, for keeping the show afloat. And if you're looking for something fun to do on Father's Day, if your father is a fan of large steaks, we've got a ribeye and, of course, singer-songwriter, two-time Grammy winner, and Country Music Hall of Fame inductee, Don Schlitz. Now, if you have no idea who's Don Schlitz, if you've ever heard Kenny Rogers, The Gambler, yeah, he helped write that song. So definitely get up there and check those guys out, or check your old Don here out, you know, and take your dad up there. Get him a nice steak, all right? But now to the people of the hour, or the people of the 45 minutes, however long this show go. We have got, first off, we've got apparently Mr. Dancy Doctor, or DJ Dancy Doctor himself here. And then we've also got, Nina. You don't have a DJ or anything. But this right here are a couple. Now, we could do that too. I could see that working out just fine. Now, these are a couple of the people who are part of Dancy Doctor. All right? Now, I'm going to do my best to classify y'all's music, and you can tell me when I'm wrong. All right. So the way that I thought y'all's music was kind of like it was this blend of like psychedelic, electronic, neo soul, funk, and then there was like this kind of cool like 07 vibe slapped on top of it. Like when you were like, we sound like ghosts, and I was like, oh, I gotta turn down the reverb. But like that was kind of it can flow very well. But then you guys have some cool breakdowns. You had some cool bass lines going on. You use a whole bunch of pedals and different effects, and then you wail on the saxophone, and then your guys' voices blend extremely well.
Thank you.
I was very happy. Even that weekend, I was like, oh, man, I'm not sure if I did a good job running sound or if Nina and them just sound this good. But I'm happy. I was happy with that, how all sounded. And when you bust out that saxophone, I'm telling you, man, everybody was like, what? Like, heads were turning.
They always do.
Yeah. So once again, folks, you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves. I already did, but go ahead.
All right, I'm Zach Williams.
All right.
Hi, I'm Nina. From Carrollton, I guess.
I was like, does Nina have a last name? It's just
Nee?
Just Nee. Nah. Yeah. That's what's up.
Yeah, short and sweet.
Very cool. Okay, so the first question that I kind of like to ask everybody when they first come in the studio is about your first musical memory. Now, that can be like the first time maybe you saw somebody perform and you thought like, I want to do that. Or maybe you were riding in the car with like your brother and you heard a certain song that inspired you to want to play an instrument. Or you could have been 16 years old and you were at a party and you were like, well, I want to be cool like those guys and I want girls to, think I'm cool, so I'll pick up the guitar. Or I really like the way this singer sounds, and so I want to start singing. I'm not sure if you play any instruments. We'll find that out soon enough, because voice is an instrument. If you talk to Hale Baskin, go right ahead.
Yes.
Voice is an instrument.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Okay, see, she'll love that if she ever. So,
for sure.
So, Zach, if you were going to kind of say, like, what was your first musical memory that you can kind of remember as a kid?
Oh, dude, I remember the first thing was, like, it was late at night one time. I think I couldn't sleep. So, like, went into my dad's room, right, where he was watching what I didn't realize back then, but it was like Pink Floyd on PBS, like the live concert.
Oh, wow.
Dude. And I was just like astounded, dude. It's like all those people, man, doing that thing. It
Oh,
sounds so
yeah,
good. It was so cool. But yeah, I had no idea what I was watching, but I was like blowing my mind as a kid.
Yeah. What's funny is mine was Garth Brooks. I walked in and my parents were watching Garth Brooks' Made in America tour. He like smashed his guitar and lit it on fire. I was like, I don't know what this is, but that looked kind of cool.
Yeah.
Turns out he had he had taken that right from Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
So lighting that guitar on fire, which was sweet. But very cool, man. And I gotta say, the first time. See, I always beat myself up about this because when I was in high school, there were a few kids who I like now, but I didn't like back then, who always wore like Pink Floyd and Led Zeppelin shirts. So it kept me from listening to this incredible rock and roll. Yeah. And like I've always beat myself up over it because I was 19 the first time I ever heard "Shine On You Crazy Diamond" like part 2. And I can just like remember like laying there like drinking hot chocolate. Just being like, what is this? Like,
dude. Yeah.
So it was something else, man. I'm glad that Pink Floyd was the inspiration.
It was kind of the same for me.
That's a good first.
Yeah.
It's like a really good first. I do not have a very good first. I mean, it's all right.
Yeah. What was yours?
It was okay. It was Destiny's Child. It's not too bad though.
Destiny's
it's just
Child.
Like,
That's
definitely
awesome.
guilty pleasure for sure. But Say My Name was.
Oh man,
one
no,
of
that's
those
still
jams.
a great song.
It was one of those jams.
You can
for
play
sure.
that. You can play that. You know, you can still play that today.
Yeah, the thing was,
Did
it
I
like
just
wasn't.
heard the boys? What if I said someone else?
Yeah.
Bum 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 bum. Yeah, that beat was
Hell
fire.
yeah.
I might have heard the song a couple times.
I was like, bum, 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 bum. Wait, what?
It's there. Trust me. It's the little things.
It's a banger, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. So was it just like? Did you just hear the song? Did you see like the video? And
Yeah,
like,
that's the thing. It was really weird. It was like a karaoke. Like, it wasn't even the actual album.
Oh,
it was
okay.
like a karaoke redo of just a bunch of popular hits.
it wasn't like
and
Kids
then-
Bop, was it?
No,
Okay.
it was like way too cheap.
Oh,
it was
okay.
yeah, not even Kids Bop, but like I heard that song and like the hook is like say my name, and I was like, okay,
Yeah.
you know. So I didn't even know what it meant at the time.
Uh-huh.
But and then after that, I was like, oh, Destiny's Child. I have to go like buy this CD right now. And it was like the first CD I bought. But
Did your mom confiscate it from you?
yeah, see, that's the thing. My parents were super strict, and that's why like that was like the first like cool like song that I heard, because like, you know, I wasn't really listening to radio. It was like, you know, Christian,
Yeah.
like
How old were you?
acoustic. How old was I?
Yeah, when
I don't even know. It was like early elementary.
Okay.
like,
Okay. Yeah. See,
second
you were
grade. I was
you were
young.
rebelling early. See, like
yeah.
because that kind of thing happened with
Because
me.
it's like,
yeah.
you know, it's a popular song. I mean,
Mhm.
it's an adult, so.
Yeah, and so like when I bought Ludacris's Word of Mouth CD, and my mom found it, and there's some explicit words used in a lot of Ludacris's songs, but she took that away from me too. And I remember like thinking back now that like that was right when I got a car, so I was like 16, you know. But I can
Yeah.
remember at 13 is when I started to develop like my own musical identity.
And they're like,
You
just
know?
get the clean version.
Yeah, and, well, I know. And then my mom was like, nothing, you know. And then I remember when 8 Mile, Eminem 8 Mile came out, my mom was like, you better not go buy that soundtrack. I did. But see, I had a car,
8 Mile.
and I had a little spot where I could slide my explicit CDs into that mom couldn't find. So, Mom, if you're listening right now.
You got the decoy CD
Yeah.
bag.
Yeah, she's like, oh, Beck? Creed? Oh, okay, this is good.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, this is fine. So,
Creed.
Creed,
Stupid.
Godsmack. I had a guy at Windstar this weekend when I was DJing ask me, he was like, hey, can you play some Godsmack? And I was like, dude, I'm not going to lie. I have no idea how I'm going to weave Godsmack into this set.
Yeah.
Like, there's no good transition breaks for that to happen, man. It's just not
Now's
gonna,
not the time to bum everyone out.
yeah. I was like, are we going to play the song from, I don't know, The Mummy when the Rock was in, the Scorpion King? Because they did a song for that. It is what it is, you know. But once again, the guy was super nice about it, and he was like, I figured this is a long shot, but can I get some Godsmack? And I was like, do you have anything else? He's like, how about Dwight Yoakam? I was like, I'll play Dwight Yoakam. I was like, up next, I've got Dwight Yoakam. And I was like, who is Dwight Yoakam? You know, so I got some laughs. But, so, okay, man, so, you know, you DJ, but you also play music, you know. So I think a lot of people, they might, you know, they walk up and they see you DJing, and a lot of people assume right when they see a DJ, they think, oh, that guy can't play instruments because he chose to DJ, you know. But then all of a sudden you see, because I didn't know, when I saw Dancy Doctor that weekend, I thought it was just you. I didn't know it was a band and going to be a group of people. So is Dancy Doctor, do you write the music and then other people come together and perform it live with you, or kind of what was the process, and I guess what came first, the DJing or the live set?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I guess like the music, I wrote a lot of it, and it was initially planned. I initially planned when I made it to perform it by myself. Mm-hmm. But then I just like found people who would like make it sound so much better.
Yeah.
And I had about like 9 songs probably that we made, like maybe an album that I made by myself, and then so I made all the backing tracks, the synths, drums, and I was just gonna play guitar and sing with it, you know. And then, you know, I had a bass player, my bass player DJ, you know, he moved back to Texas from Kansas City. I was like, all right.
Was that the homie who was there that night?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
that guy was cool.
Real homie.
Yeah, he was real chill.
Yeah, man, he lives next door, so it was like, all right, man, yeah, we'll learn these parts, dude. And then we just like got a drummer for our first show at Harvest House in October.
Nice.
And then, yeah, so we did like that, 2 shows like that, and then we played this house party.
Yeah.
And that was the first iteration of the band, I guess, was 3 shows. And then I guess I started DJing after that.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, might as well just keep the name, like use the same name for both things.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah. And so, like, how did, like, okay, like, did you kind of start DJing at Harvest House? Was that kind of how that kind of started to come together? Was, hey, I'm going to start DJing and stuff too? And
Yeah, I had DJ'd like weddings before, and
Okay.
done some like parties and stuff, but nothing really at a venue or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't really consider myself a DJ, but I had the deck,
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
All right, yeah. And
That, I mean, like when I started, I wanted to make beats, and then slowly but surely, like when I had like some PAs and stuff, and people were like, hey, I don't have anything. Can you play my wedding? And I'd be like, yeah, sure. And I was way cheaper than other wedding DJs.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
like it'll be
same.
$1,200 for 4 hours. I'm like, good God, no.
Yeah,
Like, yeah,
no, it's too much money.
yeah. I was like, I feel like I'm ripping you off, man. This is about love, not about me becoming a millionaire.
You gave me the playlist.
yeah. You gave me. It's an iTunes playlist, man. Just click this and sit at the bar the whole time after that.
Yeah.
So y'all played some house parties, but kind of how did you kind of meet the drummer, and how did, I guess, Nina, how did you become part of the group?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we I guess so that last house party we played, it was a Halloween party at this old house. We used to play with our former band all the time, Yeah, so
I was there.
Yeah, we had a house party. She was there. I'd never met her before.
Okay.
She after our set, she came up and said something to me, but it was like, oh yeah, that's cool. I play music too. We should jam sometime. I was like, oh yeah, whatever. Because everyone comes up to you and says,
everybody says
yeah, we
that.
should jam. And you're like, they're probably not gonna hit you.
Yeah.
So keep on going, do my thing. Like a month later, we start recording our song Flask, which we released on New Year's Eve.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's on SoundCloud right now. But
Okay.
we started recording that, and my concept behind recording that, we're like home studio, so to make it like beefy, to make it really majestic and
It was
orchestral sounding,
Insane.
wanted to get like as many vocalists as possible.
So many layers.
Yeah.
Like hundreds and hundreds
I
of
spent
layers.
way too much time on that project.
He's
It was a waste, dude. It was a waste.
There's like 2 different projects, and then you combine them at the
yeah,
end. 'Cause there
10
were so
10 FL
many.
studio projects because
Oh
yeah,
my!
yeah. See,
it just like kept getting too much.
I was gonna ask, yeah, because like you overload your CPU with all those layers, like
I did
yeah.
10 times.
There, before like I upgraded, like I had to get a better PC after a while. I don't use a Mac with Ableton. I just use a PC. But like
Yeah.
my old computer before I got my new one, like I would get a certain amount of layers going, and it was just the little CPU bar in Ableton just and then the song goes
That lovely BitTorrent.
oh yeah,
bit
that
sound.
lovely bit crush sound that
Yeah.
you really want in your mix. That's what you're looking for, man. So
Yeah.
you guys just met at a party, and then like what happened from there? I mean,
Yeah, we
DJ texted me about Flask, and then I just kept doing songs for him. Like, and then we like jammed out again when we were when I was done recording for Flask. Then I was like, yeah, let's just like make a song, and so we just did. And you like did some do on FL, and it sounded really good. Made a loop pretty much.
yeah, we just kind of
It's all about the do.
Yeah, it's all about finding the right dues.
Yeah. Do's work out real well.
Yeah, but that's pretty much what happened. Like, he just made a loop, and then we just jammed out, and I did like some improv lyrics and some scatting and stuff, and then
Okay.
he was doing some saxiness, and then that's it.
Yeah, it was just like a good vibe, when we
It
recorded
was such a good
Yeah.
vibe. Yeah, we recorded it, and I still listen to that recording. It's just like, cool, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean,
You
like
know?
I said, I saw you get real sexy there at the Bearded Monk, and so like my question is, man, like, you've written all this music, and you're like, oh yeah, I played guitar, I made the synths, I did the drums, like. What's
Yeah, like,
what's the
no big
background
deal.
here, buddy? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What's the musical background here? You're like, it was no big deal. I just kind of threw some stuff together.
Oh, dude, yeah.
It's not that easy, man. The people who make it look easy worked really hard to make it look that easy. So what's the background? What's your background in music?
I started, guitar, 3rd grade probably.
Okay, nice.
I got one then. I didn't really take it seriously or anything. I was just like, oh, I have a guitar. I learned
Yeah.
like 5 chords or something, and
Uh-huh.
kind of put it away for a while. Started sax in middle school, and that really grabbed me. It felt really natural.
Okay.
The first time I picked it up, so it was like, yeah, man, let me do this, dude. So, did the classical route through high school, like
Nice.
all that.
So you can read and all that stuff too. Yeah.
Yeah. Always the best way for sure. Well, not
Nice,
always,
man.
but
Yeah.
it helps.
See, there's a lot of things hidden about this man right here, Zach. All right.
Yeah,
he
dude.
acts all humble and chill, but he's way better than most of y'all out there. I'll tell you what. I witnessed it. That's cool, man. That's really cool. So did you like play in any bands through high school or middle school besides just like the school bands? Did you ever play in anything else?
Yeah, man. I guess I wrote my first song in 11th grade. And it's pretty shitty, but it's out there in the clouds somewhere. I don't want to find it. I don't want to hear it. But
I've still. I think if you type in, I won't even say the band name. Oh, I will. It's called the Midnight 30. But if you type in that, I think I'm still on pure volume, like with my hair all in my face, like leaned up against the shed with like my sunburst guitar next to me, just like, yeah, I write sad songs for my girlfriend.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Mine was worse. It was Setting the Sunrise. Was the name of our band.
Nice, dude. It always had to be three. It had to be 3 words, man.
Yeah.
Like falling from behind.
It had to
Something.
make no sense at all.
Yeah.
It's complete contradiction.
Yeah, like positively going backwards.
Yeah. What does that even mean?
Yeah, that doesn't work. So Nina, did you grow up singing or
Oh yeah.
music? Okay, let's hear that.
Yeah, I grew up singing. I think my first solo was like in 2nd grade. I sang a lot in the church. My dad, he was a worship pastor, so I sang a lot in the church. I was in a choir since I can remember.
Mm-hmm.
And then I pretty much like decided I really want to take it seriously because I loved it,
Nice.
So I just started training. I just training to be an opera singer. At the time, I was like, I'm just gonna go as far as I can technically into this as possible.
Yeah.
So just learning everything, learning diction and vowels and placement, and just really getting it.
Have you met Carly Reese or Hale Baskin yet?
No.
Carly Reese plays with Honan. That's like her group.
Yeah.
She also plays with like Body English sometimes. And then Hale, they're both they're both amazing like female vocalists that play around town. And
That's
she's
awesome.
she is with, why am I having a blank on this all, Southpaw Preachers. I interviewed both of them, and like hearing them talk about voice, I feel like y'all could just.
Ooh, we can nerd out for sure.
Maybe look up Carly Reese or Hale on Facebook and tell them that Mikey sent you their way. And they'll be like, oh, for sure. Yeah, no, they're both awesome. So, and you never know what can happen from making those connections,
Yeah.
So yeah, and a lot of the people who I've talked to, I'm like, where'd you start singing? A lot of people say the church,
Yeah, for
like
sure.
that's
the
where
church.
a lot of people started, and I find that interesting that like that within those walls is where you can feel really comfortable singing and expressing that voice and finding that voice.
Yeah.
As we're outside of there, some people can be very nervous. It's something about, I think, like being in the choir, being in a group.
In a group, yes,
Yeah.
for sure, it takes the pressure off.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, because it was a long time as a kid, forever, that I would go through phases. You get real angsty and you're like, I don't want to sing alone in front of people.
Yeah.
But then you like get out of that and you're like, oh, just kidding. This is really fun and I should just be confident about it. So it's just sort of when you go back and forth. And I was in choirs. I was in Children's Chorus of Greater Dallas. I was in Dallas Symphony Orchestra cheer production when I was a kid.
Nice.
I was just in a lot of choirs and just singing in Italian.
In Italian, very cool.
Well, just singing like the old
the
stuff.
opera,
Just
yeah.
all the old stuff.
I was
yeah.
listening to some opera the other day, and I was like, it just wouldn't sound as good in any other language.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, German takes a close second for sure.
Yeah, that's actually what I said. I was like, well, I've seen, like, there was one, I think it was called, like, Wolzak or something. That was, like, a German opera where the guy just, very depressing. It was one of those in music class where you're just like, oh,
yeah,
gosh,
yeah.
why is this
So
guy
lengthy.
walking out into the water? He's not going to make it back. I already know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, why? No, turn around. Another tragedy? Ah.
Yeah, that's opera for you.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, is there no good uplifting opera out there? Come on. Nah, but apparently, I don't know, my one kid raised his hand, he was like, Book of Mormon.
And Les Miserables is technically an opera because it doesn't stop.
It's not really uplifting.
Oh yeah, that's yeah.
Is there operas out? Yeah, let's switch it. Let's bring a new uplifting genre of opera, the Dancy Doctor
Right
version
here.
of opera. All right,
Nothing but good
Let's
vibes.
make one, yeah.
yeah. So, Man, Zach, when you're writing a song, like what do you start with? Because there's a lot of pieces, and when you're writing music kind of by yourself, I mean, I know you work with a band and stuff now, but when you're first starting and you're writing stuff, you're like, oh, I got synth, drums, and all this. What do you kind of start with? Where do you start when you're writing?
It's kind of changed over the years. I think for a long time I started just writing acoustic guitar and vocals.
Okay.
And that's where it all starts, and then just kind of fill it in after that with whatever I have to use, For recently, it's been synths, and then before that, it was like filled in with the band or,
Nice.
And
do you guys ever like collaborate writing lyrics and stuff now?
Yeah. We were literally talking about this yesterday, which is really funny. But yeah, we were just talking about the collaborative process and
recently,
how to improve that.
Yeah, we've gotten to the point where a lot of the stuff we're coming up with now is either I'll make the beat and then she'll write all the lyrics, Like our most recent release, Castaway, was like that, I made the beat just on GarageBand,
Nice, yeah.
And then fill it in with the lyrics and then fill in more afterwards, and then
very cool.
Our bass player, he always writes the bass lines,
Yeah.
He's just got a really good ear for it,
So good,
Yeah, no, like I was saying, he was smooth. He was smooth that night. And I liked how he was just sitting in a stool, just like totally bass playering it up, dude. Just doing the bass player neck pop, that they do.
Yeah, man. I love how he writes because it's fancy, but it's not over the top, and it just does exactly what it's supposed to do.
Yeah. There's not too many pepperonis on that pizza. It's just the right amount, baby. It's like I don't need too much.
Yeah, I'm not trying to eat a whole
meat here.
whole fucking leg of it.
Yeah. So yeah, man. You guys actually. You know what? Since you're here, I actually brought I brought this guitar here for you, Zach. I know you don't play.
No, I can't. I can't do it. No.
And I know you don't play, as we've discussed, that you have no skills in the music talent whatsoever. I just happen to have this guitar with me, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know how it happened. Well, make sure it's tuned. Play the whole Blink-182 song. Yeah. It was either that one or.
All right.
That was gonna be okay. So
that was really right.
So you guys are gonna be playing a couple of songs for us. Little did you know, the first one you guys are gonna play is called "Really Feeling It," and afterwards this is gonna be "Our Kingdom." So so ladies and gentlemen, right here on DentonRadio.com, I do present to you Dancy Doctor with their track "Really Feeling It." Take it away, y'all.
It's here. You're finally on your own. It's clear. Can't you tell you're getting old? Don't you see what you could be? Come right along. Like you don't have no master. Ride, the tide will form and somehow not expose it all. To breathe again and draw a breath of dust right in to another episode. Assure you there's no hope. Don't you see what you could be? And we can all fly away with the birds. Never, ever, ever return. such a sticky situation to me. 'Cause really, who the what are we? And do we really know this game? And have you heard about the crazy train? It stops in every tiny town. 'Cause all the dreamers really dig the sound. Please come right along. No, you don't have the answers. You're free and on like you don't have no master. Ride, the tide will fall and somehow not expose it all. To breathe again and draw a breath of dust right in.
Yeah. Right on. All right, folks. So that right there was Dancy Doctor with their track Really Feeling It. Now, there's a few things I'm going to say about that song. First off, it's great. I really enjoyed it. Y'all harmonize great. Nina, you smile really big when you sing, which is awesome. Keep that up.
Love it.
All right. And then the one thing, so besides the lyrics, one thing that has always amazed me, like since I was a kid, is people's ability to play complex guitar riffs while maintaining a completely like different rhythm vocally. So like when you were like doing kind of the finger picking and some quick movements, and you're still, but you're singing it like, you know, more of a ha, but like the guitars. I'm so impressed by that.
Dude, thanks.
Because I have tried for 15 years and I can't do it.
That one took a while.
Yeah, I can imagine. So it's really impressive. Now, lyric-wise, I was kind of doing my best. So, you know, the kind of chorus is, don't you see what you could be, come right along, you're free, no master, ride the tide to breathe again. I think that was some of it. I might have missed a few words here and there.
Yeah.
So what is kind of the message in this song? What's the vibe we got going on here?
You know, it was kind of like, initially it was like, you know, I guess this metaphorical, like, musical gods, you know? Like,
Yeah, okay.
Coming down, like, open up the clouds and calling down to you, I guess. You know, like, dude, do it, man. Make some songs.
Yeah. All right.
That's kind of, yeah.
Yeah, it's like the Crazy Train.
Yeah.
We mentioned the Crazy Train, and it's like a tip off to.
Yeah, even when you say that, you know, now once again, now it makes sense. You know, don't you see what you could be?
Yeah.
You know, come right along, man. You're free.
Yeah.
You don't have a master. Ride the tide. Breathe again, baby. Come on, it's fun. Yeah, man.
Dude.
So that all makes a lot of sense to me. How old is that song? When did y'all write that? Or
I wrote it,
Yeah,
I
you
guess,
wrote it.
like, I don't know, like 3 years ago or so.
3 years ago.
Yeah,
So
like that.
what you know, lyric wise, like what do you like to write about, man? Like what kind of gets you inspired? Because I don't write a lot of lyrics. You know, you've seen me perform and stuff, and so I don't do a lot of songs with words at all. So like what gets you going to kind of start writing? Is it just like an inspiration? Because that's what I mean. And there's a lot of parts to what you're doing. You know?
Yeah, man. What I do when I write lyrics, like the key for me is I focus on one moment in time, like one instance, like 1 millisecond of existence, and then write about the feeling and stay like as abstract as possible.
Yeah. Okay.
You know
So
what I mean?
you expand that like one little second of whatever it is, bliss or whatever it is, into 3 or 4 minutes of a song.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
That's cool because there is, you know, within these tiny little fragments of our lives that we experience, there is so much that's going on.
It's
You
so
know,
beautiful.
and we miss all the billions of bits of information that are coming in at us because we're bombarded with so much of it.
Yeah, absolutely,
all the time,
dude.
every day.
Yeah,
you know?
so-
Yeah.
So that was cool. So when you guys kind of rehearse stuff, I guess it's like, do you kind of whenever you're working together and you're singing with somebody else, do you kind of go back and re-listen, kind of record it together and listen to it and maybe reharmonize, or do you guys, because you sound good, so has that taken practice, or was it more of a natural thing?
Yeah. So pretty much the process when figuring out the harmonies for a lot of these songs, if I didn't write the if I wasn't there making the song at that time, then it would be singing the melody all the way, like forcing myself to sing the melody, and then after that, just sort of like get that as the groundwork, and then from that just go ham and just do as many different ones as possible. Like I do a higher one, I'll try to do a lower one, and then after that I pick out which harmonies are like cool and which ones to just chill on. Because like this one, I'm like harmonizing the whole time. But for other songs, I like, you know, we switch. Sometimes like I go down, do the melody, he goes up.
I noticed like that when y'all played live at the
Yeah.
Monk. Yeah, it was cool.
So it's just sort of picking out the harmonies that are like cool and unique, and then leaving the ones that are boring.
And so are you thinking about like when you're thinking about, okay, how's the tone of my voice going to sound? Is there a correlation between like, okay, this song is in G, my voice needs to be in G? Like, is that?
No, I just know like I sound really good in G.
Okay.
He writes a lot in G.
Okay, cool.
So,
That's yeah. I remember actually you're like, this one's in G too. When you're talking to Steinberg, when he came up, you're like, this one's also in G.
Yeah.
Like most of my songs are in G.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
feels so nice.
No, dude, that's fine. I mean, I feel like a lot of stuff I play on the piano is like F minor and G minor. I can't even explain why. It's just like my hands are just like, oh, well, this feels good, and I like the way this sounds, and I know these scales, so that's what I'll do.
Yeah.
You know?
For sure.
So, yeah.
But as when it comes to tone of voice, mostly it's just, you know, on the high parts. Well, in the harmony, it's always about like supporting. You know, the vocal. You're not like, hey, I'm the star, so I'm just belt it out.
Not the
you know,
aria.
You gotta like really listen and like just be a little bit quieter. But yeah, that's
All
pretty
right.
much it. But
Sweet. Well, I'm actually super stoked that I asked if y'all would like to play another one because I'm excited to hear another one. So the next song that we've got coming up is this a newer one or an older one? This is this one right here.
It's
Our Kingdom.
relatively new.
Relatively
kinda
new?
old. Compared to that one, it's new. But
Okay, right on.
wrote it
Well-
like when Trump got elected.
Oh, okay. Right on. All right. Well, here we go. I'm sure everybody can figure out maybe what this song's got a little bit of a reference to. So right here we have got the song called Our Kingdom. We are live on DentonRadio.com with Dancy Doctor. Take it away, y'all.
Right.
Adapted so well to the system that is already in place, where you don't even have to understand, 'cause everybody dies, but here somebody guides you by the hand. Oh, I cry when I think of how we're struggling. Yes, we're crumbling. Go get high and forget just what you're murdering. It's your feelings waking to another business day. Predetermined lies, excited by the things you think you'd say, to somehow make some time It's our kingdom. If you fight with them, yes, you are the victor. America, why do you want to change? You've adapted so well to the system that is already in place. Well, you don't even have to understand. Everybody dies.
Yeah, okay. That was awesome, man. Yeah, that was. Hey, let me have my guitar back. Yeah.
Sweet guitar, man. I love
Yeah,
it.
thanks, dude. I'm glad I brought it along with me, and you could play a few jams on it.
Feels
Yeah,
just like my own, you know.
So-
Perfectly tuned.
Tell you what, man, that song right there. We've got a few more minutes here, but that song right there is hypnotic. Like
Yeah.
I was like, I realized that halfway through the song, I hadn't written any of the lyrics down, but I was just like sitting there, and I was just like, dude, this is really
Too good to take notes.
engrossing and like takes you in, and like, yeah, that's a great one, man. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's,
And
it's a
like you
banger.
said, I like how you take, you kind of gave a little bit of an inference on what the song was kind of about, which is like the political circumstances of the time.
Yeah.
And now I totally see how you take a small moment and then expand on it.
Yeah.
I kind of feel the writing process, man. I really
That's
do.
cool, yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome, man. So once again, y'all, that track was called Our Kingdom. We're live on DentonRadio.com with Dancy Doctor. And before we get to the most important question about snacks, I got to ask y'all, do you have any shows coming up as Dancy Doctor or just DJ Dancy Doctor?
So we got DJ set
Okay.
Sunday back out in Bell for breakfast and beach.
Yeah,
That's gonna be sick,
boy.
dude. Stoked,
We're
man.
excited to have you, man.
Yeah, first time on, dude. I can't
Yeah,
wait.
It'll be a lot of fun.
Bring the noise.
Yeah,
It's just like it's
exactly.
an hour set, so it's fun because you get to play more original stuff. you know?
Yeah. And Luke was like, I like his original stuff too. I was like, well, dude, have him on. Yeah.
Yeah.
How about it, dude? So
Yeah.
I was excited when he was like, Dancy Doctor confirmed. We were like, sweet.
Dude, yeah, it's
Yeah.
perfect, man. I'm stoked. And
Awesome.
DJ set next Friday night at Harvest House too.
Okay.
That's gonna be a longer 7-hour set, so I'm just gonna be playing
Woo!
bangers. Just like the booty music, you know.
Yeah.
Booty
I'll be up
shaking.
there on June 1st. I'll be at
Yeah.
Harvest House on Friday, June 1st. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, man.
Um,
We got Sanford this Friday. That's gonna be
Yeah,
dope.
nice. Yeah, gotta love the old Sanford snacks.
Yeah,
You know,
man.
Old Sanford Black.
We're also planning our album release.
Nice.
That's September 1st
Okay.
up at Harvest House. And
Nice,
it's gonna be a
man.
good time, man. Yeah.
Album release
Yeah.
September 1st. What's the album called?
It's called Nap Wave.
Okay.
And that's the song Our Kingdom is gonna be on that track.
Awesome,
Or on
dude.
that one.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Are on, yeah, that is great stuff, guys. So I really enjoyed talking with y'all. Loved the music. Thanks for playing my guitar tonight, Zach. I
Dude,
just
yeah.
really appreciate
Thanks
it.
for bringing it,
I'm
man.
gonna just keep going with this until the until it's
Yeah.
But the last and most important question I've got to ask is what is your favorite snack?
You go first.
All right.
Ooh, I really like, chocolate, just in general, chocolate, like Whoppers are really good. Or like, savory, what are those like? Oh, they're like Fritos, but the honey twist.
Oh, the
yeah,
honey
yeah,
barbecue
dude.
Frito twist.
Yeah, but they're like the twist.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
Dude, when I discovered those, I was like, whoa, sweet and salty. Oh, no. And then,
Oh,
yeah,
no, she
yeah,
says.
I go,
Oh,
oh, no.
no.
Buy 10 bags. Yeah, I don't, other than that, I can't, like, I'm just like, what
That's good
good
enough.
munchies have I gotten lately? I don't know.
That's all right. Look, I mean,
Dude.
I'm a flaming hot Cheetos
But yeah,
guy.
the honey twist, because it's like spicy. Spicy is good. You can get the Takis, like those are really good. But like it gets so hot, and then you drink a lot of water, and it's like, oh,
Yeah,
It's
now I just
hotter,
have
and then
so
you gotta
much
drink
water
some
in my
milk, and you're like, I don't
stomach.
even
Yeah.
like milk. It's a
Yeah,
whole
dude.
process.
So
This
just
is-
go with the honey twist because they're like savory and barbecue, but not super hot.
Nice. How about you, man?
Should be a spokesman for Frito-Lay.
Yeah, yeah.
Honestly,
That's
I'm
pretty good.
selling
This program
it,
is
dude.
not sponsored by Frito-Lay.
Dude, yeah, like a cracker and then pepper jack cheese, and
Ooh.
tomato and cucumber and
Ooh.
avocado, dude.
Ooh, this guy right here.
Yeah,
You
man.
could find his recipes on the back of your local Triscuit box.
Yeah, dude, that's what I want.
We call
man,
that the
all time.
Dancy
Oh,
Doctor.
you know what? That's
Yeah.
exactly what's on the back of a Triscuit box.
yeah, exactly.
That's what's
Not
always
Triscuits,
been
though. Any
there.
other cracker
Yeah.
but Triscuits, dude. No way.
Triscuits are just like eating splinters. That's what I used to tell you. You just bite, it just explodes in your
It's
like,
like, I didn't want wheat thins.
yeah,
It's like-
some guy messed up the crackers one day, and they just kept selling somehow. He's like, I don't know why people like these,
Just
man.
like, well, they eat them and they're like, it's healthy.
What? It's
I
the,
guess.
it's the
It
Captain
has to
Crunch
be
version of a
healthy.
cracker. It cuts the inside of your mouth.
Yeah, it's got to be healthy. It tastes like.
Yeah. Mr. Triscuit's like, I hate this interview.
Product placement.
Mr. Triscuit calls up. He's like, you guys really liked Frito-Lay. What happened to my shout-out?
Make a better cracker, man. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. Come on,
Yeah,
if I-
like,
if-
my hands are
I didn't
tied,
feel like I was
dude.
eating sawdust. and sprinkled a little garlic herb, man. That'd be fine.
Choking on it.
Yeah. Oh, man. Well, hey, y'all. Thank you so much for coming in tonight.
Dude,
It's been a
Mikey.
blast sitting and
Thank
talking
you.
with
Oh,
y'all.
yeah,
Thank you for
for
having
sure.
us.
Nina, Zach. Dancy Doctor right here, y'all. They've got an album release coming up September 1st called Nap Wave. It's going to be going
Yes,
on at
sir.
Harvest House Friday. My man right here will be back at Harvest House throwing down on the mix. Make sure y'all keep an eye out. And on Sunday, if you want to, come out to Backyard on Bell and check out old Dancy Doctor. Me and Lofty Beats will be there playing music as
Yeah.
well. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. And as always, y'all, we got Ellie Bell and the Denton Vibe coming up right after this, so y'all stick around. Thanks again for joining us right here on DentonRadio.com. Y'all stay cool, stay tuned, and chill out right here on DentonRadio.com. Peace.
Well, thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show. Be sure to check out DentonRadio.com for new Denton artists and where they're playing next. While you're surfing the internet, make sure you check out our friends Classic of Denton at ClassicofDenton.com.